Yeah, so like I thought it would be totally badass if I was like, hey, what up nerds? Welcome back to the NERDGASM. As always, I'm your host, Charles Hernandez. Pfft, what? No big deal. Oh, glasses. Right? Because Johnny Silverhand, he's got like the fucking glasses and shit and he takes them off. Just roll the fucking intro. Hey, look who's back. Got a really awesome episode for you all. I think this is my favorite episode of the Nerd Plays ever, so giddy up for that. This game actually has a pretty crazy story. Really? Glasses aren't working, huh? Really? How about, like, watch. How about now? Yeah, I realized I just took them off and put them back on, but like maybe you didn't see me put them on. Oh, damn. Right? Come on. Guys, I was really fucking psyched about these glasses. Son of a bitch. Anyways, this game, I'm gonna play it. And, yeah, just, I'm sure he did a segment or some, roll it, whatever. Boop. As I was saying before, this game has had one insane journey since its release. This game is rumored to have been in development for at least 8 years, which means it was the most anticipated game of the last decade. But sadly, due to greed and just poor management, this game had one of the worst releases in gaming history. What clearly wasn't a finished product was released, and it was ridiculed with glitches and game-ending bugs.
No way.
The big red flag for me right away was reviewers were not allowed to release their own gameplay footage. They had to use footage provided by CD Projekt Red. That's fucked, and totally says they're not confident in their own game, so just use a trailer. You need to let a game show for itself, especially that close to the release date. What the fuck? The game was so fucked that the only real playable experience was the PlayStation 4 version running on a PlayStation 5. And even then, it was still fucked. They had to offer full refunds to anyone who pre-ordered or purchased the game at release, and the game was even removed from the PlayStation Store for months. And worst of all, they really fucked Keanu over. Keanu Reeves is the greatest, and you ruined the hype and release for this game for him. Shame on you. Apologize to Keanu. Apologize to Keanu.
We are deeply sorry. We're sorry.
Fuck you! And all the bad rumors and then evident fuckery from the release of this game prevented me from wasting my time on it. This game received a nerdy in the worst category that year, and I refuse to play it until the promised next-gen PlayStation 5 version is released. Well, that day has finally come, and I'm really excited to share all my research with all of you. How did this game go from Shame of the Year to Game of the Year contender? Is this one of the craziest redemption stories ever? Well, nerds, giddy the fuck up, because on this issue of the NERDGASM, the Nerd Plays Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation 5. Spoiler warning! Alright, I'm just gonna dive hard into this game, so I might spoil some things, so you've been warned. Those of you still with me, let's get silly. Let's discuss the first accomplishment with this game, the graphics. I'm so happy I waited to have my first playthrough experience on the PlayStation 5. This game is goddamn gorgeous. The environments are so vivid and vast in detail. You know how much I love neon lights, so I absolutely fell in love with the nightlife in this game. It really feels like Blade Runner meets The Matrix. I love the lighting design and the cinematography. It's my dream backdrop to photo shoot in. The character design is another absolute knockout for this game. I think these are the most advanced character and facial designs I've seen to date on the PlayStation 5. There are so many different characters and character styles, and each one stands out so well because of the attention to detail. It really plays out like a movie, and you're captivated anytime a character walks on screen. Alright, so we know this game is beyond gorgeous to look at, but how is it to play in? The gameplay is really impressive. I still prefer third-person view, and I wish they offered it, but otherwise, I loved it. This game has so much shit in terms of items, upgrades, customization, and enhancements. I was a little overwhelmed at first, but once you understand how everything works and how to filter all the shit, you can make one hell of a killing machine. This was the first game I experienced where not only can you customize your character's facial scars or makeup scheme, but you can customize genitals and pubes. Yeah, I mean, perhaps the dicks and pubes are to blame for breaking the game. I don't know. Maybe spend less time developing dicks and more time making sure the fucking game doesn't have glitches. Anyways, the customization options and upgrade tiers are insane. It's the high standard expected for RPGs, but so much more. One of my all-time favorite things is the cyberware upgrades. You can basically build your character to be a Terminator, and it's fucking awesome. The skill tree, like most games, is super important and helps you in all aspects. The weapon arsenal is insane, and the fighting and shooting and overall combat is fucking wild. Whether you are going in stealth and hacking your way through a level, or just going in guns blazing, it's so much goddamn fun. The driving controls can be a bit annoying, and I really preferred motorcycles over anything, but the scope of all possible vehicles you can get is amazing. And I do love ripping through the city in their better Tesla knockoff. This car is awesome. While this version of the game is next to perfect, I did experience a few bugs in my gameplay. Now keep in mind, every game experiences some kind of bug or glitch upon release, but it's how bad they impact the game that matters. My first playthrough was around 60 hours, and I experienced maybe 5 bugs total. None of them shut the game down or ruined any progress, and in fact, they were kinda hilarious. Here is one of my favorite bugs I experienced while playing. See, more funny than anything. But how did the game feel? Well, let's look at the haptic feedback features. They were good and definitely had some shining moments, but it really could have been better, especially for how impressive the scale of this game is. And I'm sure the original scale for the haptic feedback features was way better, but after their disastrous launch, they probably had to scale back and focus more on making the game work. But, you know, it has those classic features that we all love. You can feel the different weight on the controller and the triggers depending on the gun you use. When you do any kind of hacking, it feels like a current is moving through the controller. But I think my favorite haptic feedback moment is when you're glitching out from being hacked. The controller gets all wonky and it feels unbalanced. And I just wanted more of that, and I wanted it to build as you progress the game. Another huge highlight in Cyberpunk is the incredible soundtrack. It's so good, and like GTA, they have their own radio stations with artist music, but my favorite was the original soundtrack and score. It's so freaking good, and it totally captivates the feel of Cyberpunk. They perfectly build up the score for whatever level or scenario you are in. The minute anything goes south and turns into a shootout or a fight for your life moment, they play the perfect soundtrack. And the soundtrack changes depending on the level you are on, so it's not always the same song playing. They do it quite beautifully, and it plays out like an epic movie action scene. I think I've played the song The Rebel Path almost every day since playing Cyberpunk. These kind of soundtracks are the reason the Grammys made a new award category for Best Video Game Soundtrack. And the nerdies beat them to it. I mean, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's cool the Grammys are doing it. I'm just saying the nerdies have been doing it just this year. But still, we did it before them. Alright, so this game is beautiful to look at, play in, listen to, and experience. But how the hell is the story? What is the story? Oh man, where to begin? I can't really go into full detail because I don't want this video to be over 6 hours, but there is a main central story that develops based on the decisions you make throughout the game. Not only do you get to create a character in every way, but you choose the faction that you want them to start in, and this changes your overall approach to the main story. For my first playthrough, I picked a female street kid. This basically means I was the Aladdin of Night City. It made it easier for me to get an advantage and more options among jobs and characters in Night City. Also, as a female, I was able to have certain doors open and close romantically with certain characters. This shaped the relationships you have in the main mission and can shape/impact side quests differently. I fucking love super developed and well-written storylines like this. It's set in the future where tech corporations dominate the world and the economy. Sounds familiar. Awesome. Not only is the tech presence heavy, but it is extremely common for people to implant themselves with bionic limbs or organ enhancements. Basically, walking cyborgs and RoboCops.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
There is one specific tech company that is playing with controversial tech, specifically a way to store your soul and consciousness in a biochip and live forever. Rumors of this tech make its way around Night City and eventually make its way to your character, V, and their business partner, Jackie. You are contract enforcers, hackers, killers, whatever. You need a job done, we do it. Anyways, we take on this contract job, we steal this biochip from the tech company, and after we get the chip, the job goes haywire and the biochip ends up fusing itself to your character. V wakes up and she finds out the biochip is not only erasing her biocode and killing her, but the code that is replacing hers is no other than Keanu Reeves. He plays Johnny Silverhand, the terrorist, easily one of his best roles. He's not only a bad guy, but he plays it so well, and there are so many epic moments with his character. Keanu just kills it.
He's fucked in the head. The world's fucked in the head. And you're fucked in the head because my fucked up head is inside it. Guess if you want to save the world, that's the first step. Get fucked in the head.
So in a real crazy nutshell, the story focuses on V trying to find a way to separate the biochip from her head, prevent herself being overridden by Johnny Silverhand, and ultimately save her own soul. Oh, and everything I just told you about the story, yeah, that happens in the first 5 hours in the intro, and the game has 3 acts. It's fucking wild. And it's just the tip of the iceberg, people. Like I said, giddy the fuck up. The main story gets so insane, the side missions have their own crazy storylines, and every decision you make throughout the game factors into significantly different endings and final missions. I think 5 different endings have officially been confirmed, and I was able to unlock 3 of them. One of the endings was 2 to 3 hours long, and another one was 15 minutes. So quite a big difference, so it really makes the replay value of this game amazing. Alright, I've done enough talking, let's really show this baby off. Here is a compilation of some of my favorite moments playing Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation 5. Here we go.
Together!
Cover you!
Good, good! Keep that up! That healer can come back. We'll be back.
Let's get the hell away.
We'll be right behind you. Got company. On our ass. Fucking drive, Jackie!
Come on, bitch!
Hit! Keep her steady!
Hold tight, B! I can just give up! Cover you! Got you, asshole! B! Aim for the driver! Chingado! Taking over.
Deal quick before they hit us! Boom! Good, good! Keep that up!
Heavy casualties! I'll fucking rip you apart!
Watch the distance. Stay away from his plane. He will slice you like fish. You leave me no choice. Half the city. You pay for this. Beware, he will activate camouflage. The group breaks in the light. shooting. What is your status?
I managed to.
Oda, is he dead?
He's breathing.
Now to watch out.
Seriously?
5 seconds and more.
Anyone else? Anyone?
Let's finish this quick.
Get back!
Take it back!
Hey! Leave a little to me!
Reloading weapon! He's using cover!
Okay, I think that's the perfect place to leave off. I mean, if we don't stop now, this video is going to turn into 10 fucking hours. What can I say? I'm blown away with everything with this game. As you already know, I already went into it, but just like, what a redemption story, and here we are now, and seriously, this game is a masterpiece. It's amazing. I really fucking love it. It's honestly just a shame that it had one of the worst releases I've ever seen, and it's almost like they were their own worst enemy, but I'm sure you can all already tell by the way I'm just absolutely blabbering about this game. Cyberpunk 2077 is officially Nerd approved. I had such a fucking blast with this game. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, make sure to subscribe. Wherever you see the subscribe button, just fucking press it. You know, you might see it here or there or wherever. Just go ahead and press it. And then we become best friends. And I don't have to stalk you and it gets weird. It gets really weird, okay? I don't want that. Awesome. No, I'll just watch you subscribe. I'm gonna keep watching you until you hit the subscribe. I don't even fucking blink. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for stopping by. And And we'll see you next time on the Nerdgasm. Boo! Yeah! Right, guys? Come on, these glasses are fucking awesome! Come on, man! Look at this. Subscribe! Subscribe! Come on, right? Whatever.